Hello everyone, my name is Ethan and welcome back to episode 19 of my road to 1600 ELO on chess.com. Let's hop into the game. Alright, we're playing with the black pieces from someone against the United States. Seems like I normally play here. Okay. May have been a poor choice. E6 looks frustrating. E6 here. If I go here, knight takes d7, bishop takes d7, and we're still fine. But if he comes here, I cannot take, because then the pawn is attacking a knight that's pinned to my queen. Could try this. Get him to decide where he really wants that bishop. I'm also thinking about an early c5, which is, it honestly feels a little bit silly that I played bishop e7 first. Okay. c5, look for takes, reroute this knight. Feels pretty okay. Man, that's a hard advance not to play. Forced to move the bishop to one of these two squares, and the knight no longer has a way to reroute on this side of the board. Plus followed up by a quick b5. I think that's going to be a tough thing for my opponent to be able to overcome. I think that pretty much solves it, doesn't it? Here, if takes, pawn takes. And we've still got a very, very, very strong pawn chain. Could also see about that. Push, takes, still feels very good on my part, I think. But I don't like that he can advance that pawn afterwards. And obviously here doesn't work because of that. Here I think works. He can technically come back down and harass me. And in that circumstance, I would be forced to trade. Got our connect 4. Maybe we can get a connect 5. I don't know if anyone's ever let me connect 5 pawns like that. Takes. The knight is now pinned. Knight is now not pinned. So we're probably looking to play on the queen side at this point. I feel like this move is pretty strong. Honestly, a5 feels positionally accurate. Because I don't really see how you boot this bishop. We can even look for bishop c6 or a6. I'm sorry, in this tactic where we're attacking two pieces at once, basically. I generally like to be castled before now. Okay, threatens to take. If he takes, we take there. I'm fine doubling up pawns, put my king right there, and good luck. Is that what he's thinking though? Here, if he goes here, he can kick that bishop out. Here, if he goes here, queen b6, knight takes b6. And then pawn takes b6. I mean, that's a pretty strong position. But I think he just wants to double my pawns up. Okay, he doesn't. He's looking for the full thing. Now we're wanting c3, discovered attack on the rook, and then attacking the knight with the pawn. Or do we want b3? Okay, we don't get it. c3, rook e1, c takes, rook b1, I mean, that would be a good home for one of my knights. But I think after knight here, bishop takes, pawn takes, I kind of lose my advantage. Wait a second. Here, bishop takes, d takes e4. No, because technically the knight can come back there. But if the knight does come there, then I trap the rook. Here, bishop takes, pawn takes. He can't move here. If he moves here, yeah, I don't know actually. I imagine b3 is fine. b3, put the bishop here, queen behind the rook, and then we take that pawn. As a matter of fact, it's probably more than fine. Because that's the only square the bishop has to go to. So how are you going to stop me from doing this? And we did get my connect 5. Rook a5, knight takes d7, knight takes d7 is fine. Rook d5. I don't really know where else he would be hoping to go. Could look for knight takes. Knight takes. D takes. Knight d5, threatening that again. Kind of giving us a tempo. Knight takes, bishop takes, pawn takes. Still fine. Yeah, I feel pretty happy here, honestly. We don't technically have a tempo anymore, but where do his pieces go? E4, D4 significantly weakens that pawn. You could try to target it with something like that. But I think queen here pretty much stifles it. Protects both of those pawns. I'm not worried about that. Here, there. That doesn't feel strong enough. Here. And I don't know how I would defend against that. Here. F4. Only thing I'm seeing right now is D3 with check. And then after D3 check, here, pawn might take, but we've got that lined up. So we got a pass pawn here. We could probably make these two both into pass pawns with good play and an opponent who's making a mistake. I don't know how safe I am in this position. I feel pretty safe with his rook trapped here. But I don't really know. Okay. Here. If queen here. Push. Oops. Here, queen, push, get a bishop sacrifice. That seems to work. So here, queen, push the pawn, pawn takes, I take. Getting a little bit sketchy there. But I kind of like it, so. And obviously we're going to be okay trading in this position. We have a passed pawn, as well as just most of my pawns are pretty far down the board. Wow, okay, alright. So I guess he's thinking takes, and then he could take this pawn, but he can't because there's mate on the back. Yippee! That was a fun game. If you notice, I tend to think games are a lot more fun when I've won. Alright, opponent played 77.4% accuracy, I played 91.6%. That's funny that all of those were book moves. I was just playing moves that felt right. Okay, alright. Though, I mean, I think those were the two moves that I was really thinking there. I thought a5 was going to be positionally great, and it served me a lot of purpose, but it was not perfect. Not him. What's my best move? Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I missed that. What? Why is that not just beneficial? I guess because he doesn't have to take. Wow, that's a quick push. Goodness. And if he goes here, I play that, right? Yikes. Yeah, that's... I would fall apart in that position, I think. Wow. Man, they really like that. And then I bet they would want just B2. Okay, it's still stronger that way, but I figured with B2, I'm taking and promoting, and you have to get it back. And if you choose to take back on D4 there, I take with check, and that's the end of the game. And I for some reason I knew he was gonna miss that. I do wonder how his chances were if he hadn't done that. Okay. What's still best move? Do you want to pin the bishop so I can pick up that pawn? Yeah, I'm not understanding what they're thinking would have been better there, but that's alright. Well, I appreciate it, guys. We are at an all-time high of 1578, which is really exciting to say. So 22 more points, and hopefully we'll be in the 1600s. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you guys in episode 20. All right, bye.